The blood has spilled onto our hands. The drugs they drip coursing through our veins. Violence, violence, show your face. Show me we're all the same. Violence, beautiful violence, break my faith. It was broken anyway. Maybe I've been thinking too much, dreaming about the days when we won't feel so out of touch. Everlasting, truly everlasting. And choose things. We talk about bad things, only ever bad things. This past year's been a nightmare. I've been losing my shit, trying to fight fair. Really all I need is fresh air. My girl left, never came back. I've been knocking my brain, trying to think back. Was I truly ever like that? The weight of the world lies on your shoulders. I think I need a change, 'cause as of late I've been living in a wasteland. Losing sleep, watch the light reflecting, the hours never ending. Life is everlasting, truly everlasting. So you just walk out that door. I never wanna leave your side, leave your side. I'll pick myself off the floor. I never wanna leave your side again.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Glad to be here. Hope you are as well. For those of you that are new, I try to live stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays around this time. So if you want to keep updated on all of the analysis coming in around those times. For all of you guys that stuck around, thank you for being a loyal follower, viewer. Sorry, I am hungover still. I was partying last night pretty hard and still getting over all that, so sorry for all of the, I guess, slow brain today. But what's up, everybody? It looks like everyone in chat is new. Except for Yes Sir. What's up, Yes Sir? How's it going, man? I'm doing okay. I had a lot of fun the last 2 days, but geez, today I'm suffering. Want to know a possible target? I don't do targets, man. I trade until exhaustion. I think people that do targets don't know what they're doing in trading. Switch bias to heavy metal. This is too soft. Yeah, the music's by one of my buddies. Just more family friendly. A lot of people like it. If you don't, then mute it during the introduction, I guess. All right, let's get into some TA. I'm gonna just do the S&P today, just because the other index stocks look exactly the same. So, guys, it was quite amazing to me that people were calling a bottom during this whole entire move upwards, a melt up, a bottom, whatever the hell that everyone wanted to call it. We ended up having one of the worst red days of the year today. You know, the macro situation hasn't changed. We really haven't seen the backlash of everything that's happened. Consumer credit is still at all-time highs. Inflation is still very, very high. We're still getting rate hikes. We're still seeing, like, for example, groceries. Groceries are still up 50%. Like, all of these things that are happening are unsustainable. People can't afford to live this way. Restaurants, up massive. Like, chicken wings at a restaurant, $2 a wing. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. These things are unsustainable. And I know maybe I'm using downplayed examples, but these types of things, like goods that people are living by, like if you need food, electricity, clothing, I guess in some aspects, those are things you need to live, right? Gasoline, if you need to get to work. All of these other things that on Monday I think I called luxury goods or like extra goods, like buying a new car, like buying new tires for your car, or buying whatever, new toys, Legos, whatever. Those things you don't necessarily need. Those industries are going to suffer the hardest first. These are things that people don't need. They're going to spend less, and then all of your other grocery stores are definitely going to suffer because you have people's grocery baskets getting smaller. All of these big corporations are going to be forced to fire people. It's going to be more of a, I guess, an employer market rather than employee market, because you're going to have a massive amount of layoffs. People have been paid way too much. They've been getting way too many deals. Everything's been bought on credit, and at some point, everyone needs to pony up and pay up. It's the simple Italian way of saying pony the fuck up, man. And it's all coming crashing down. Powell talked today, very, very hawkish. He pretty much said, unless you live under a rock and you've been watching my live streams, you know exactly how I feel about this. This is exactly going to plan. We have, we'll get into the charts, but fundamentally, we are the most bearish we've ever been. And I hate to say this, people are like, oh, well, the herd's bearish, so I should be bullish. That's bullshit. And if you think that, I can't back that up, right? Yes, people are going to be bearish now, right? We've been in a down market for months, and ultimately, we're going to be in a bearish market for months, and there's going to be plenty of bull traps and plenty of upward swings that you can trade. But for now, I would heavily recommend taking whatever this melt up, whatever bullshit is in your mind. And I know there are plenty of analysts that think so, that think they're going to have some kind of melt up. Throw that idea out the door. It is never going to happen. But let's look at charts. So here we have 2022. We've already compared to 2008 in the past. I'm not going to do that. We have 3 descending peaks here. We have 1, 2, 3. Usually when 3 descending peaks confirms, there's a very harsh drop. To give you guys a comparison from 2008, I will zoom out and go to the weekly just because this will give you a good impression. In 2008, we have 3 descending peaks. We have 1, 2, 3, and then one of the harshest drops the stock market has ever seen. Peak fear, peak everyone's suffering, peak, this is going to keep going forever, peak everything. That's when you start buying, right? So after that next big crash, you better start buying. It's not a for sure thing, but it's very, very likely that we're just going to see another 2008, another big, somewhat financial crisis, a big asset bubble pop. We've already seen it with crypto. Crypto's down almost 80% across the board. Bring on 12K, it's very possible. Nice to see a face on YouTube. Brother, I share my face every time I live stream. Literally every time. I actually just shaved too. Mostly a bored dude with a garage will find a way to it. I don't know what you're referring to. All my TA was perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. But anyways, moving back on to TA, had a nice rejection of our diagonal here, of a very nice rejection of a horizontal prior support but newfound resistance test. We've actually lost an intraday meaning 1 day support here. It acted as some resistance here, a little bit of resistance here. Now we've completely lost it. This is really ugly, right? This completely sets up another leg down, another several months of red. Maybe we get a small bounce for a little bit of relief here, but ultimately, you guys know my target's been 3,200 for quite some time. If we go lower, it wouldn't surprise me, but I will begin buying heavily when this hits 3,200. That would be that's about a 35% crash. I still believe we can go lower, possibly see 27, 2,800, but buying when the stock market is down over 30% is key, right? Absolute key. I believe average recession's about 35 to 40%. So if you take those numbers, that's where you'd want to start your dollar cost average. Let's look at DXY. So yeah, this was quite funny that people were calling this a double top. This is not a double top, right? This is not a double top. It was quite amazing that we had people saying double top DXY, double top whatever. DXY is going to plummet. Everything's going to go into a bull market. Okay, even if it does, even if the DXY does have a double top, where is your confluence, right? Where are you seeing that stocks are going to bottom out and continue upwards from here? I have a hard time understanding where people make these decisions without any sort of confluence, right? Stocks are rejecting resistance. DXY is in a parabolic upward thrust. Crypto's obviously down. Tether dominance is very bullish. The VIX, I believe the VIX is very bullish now as well. Yeah, the VIX is deviated and is now back above its diagonal trend. All of these things have confluence with bearishness. People saying double top on the DXY, have you not been living in the same economy as everybody else? Where are you seeing bearishness on the DXY? Where are you seeing bearishness for the dollar? They're still raising rates. I'm glad you found me too, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, this was not a double top, right? Absolutely not. This will most likely continue going up next week. If not, it wouldn't surprise me if we got a little bit of sideways before more upside. I'm going to keep chugging along here. Let's look at total just for a good comparison. Looks like we've rejected our, again, resistance line here that acted as prior support. I fully expect this to retest the 760 to 840 level. Whether we go back up, whether we go down, whatever, I am fully expecting this before we get this or possibly lower. in my opinion, I believe that we go lower. I think we are set for our next leg down. I think the stock market's ready for another leg down. And I think crypto is by far ready for another leg down. Absolutely nothing is bullish about Bitcoin continues like each week to do something more bearish. And we will get to that when we get to Bitcoin. Let's look at Tether dominance. Tether dominance, looking at testing a possible resistance area. Let's get on the daily and see. It looks like, yeah, we're testing this resistance level. If this breaks out, so you get above this, it's bear season all day with crypto. For those of you that don't know, Tether dominance being bullish is very, very bearish for crypto. So basically, Tether dominance does this, Bitcoin does that. If Tether dominance does this, Bitcoin will do this, right? They work in an inverse relationship to each other. But for now, it looks like this is going to possibly break out. It hasn't broken out. I don't want to say it will, but it looks very poised to break that this area that used to be support and turn it into support once again. Yeah, that is true. People did think that they were smarter than everyone else. You had Game of Trades telling everyone that the melt up's coming. You had Agris telling everyone the melt up's coming. And it's funny because these people will post their analysis, right? And they're so convinced that the melt up's coming. And then right when we start going down and breaking down, they're like, oh, well, I told you that there was a bull trap coming. And I told you that this, and I told you that it was that. And it's funny, like their analysis is really just candle color analysis. They give you bullishness on a green day and they give you bearishness on a red day. They're not telling you what is most likely going to happen. They're just doing it for engagement. It's pretty embarrassing. Let's get to Bitcoin. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. Like I said, I'm still pretty hungover from yesterday, and I'm happy to be here. Happy that all of you are here. Yeah, I'm suffering over here for sure. And my brain's hardly, like, I can hardly do this right now. I'm having a lot of fun, though. In the meantime, though, I forgot to mention at the start of the stream, I'm going to do another co-stream with Savage Charts, either Sunday or Monday. It depends if I'm busy on Sunday, but definitely Sunday or Monday, we'll announce it. So if you guys want to see us talk again, there's your opportunity. I'm going to see if Inspo can do it. The problem is we live in 2 different time zones. What do I think about Crypto Savvy saying bear market will take 10 years to recover all-time high? I think he's looking for engagement. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he could be right, but I think a lot of what he does is for engagement. You can tell it in his tweets, which is whatever. It's fine. But let's talk Bitcoin. Let's not talk Crypto Savvy because that guy's kind of annoying. He's very egotistical. It's whatever. He's been right so far, so you can't say that he's wrong. Bitcoin daily. Actually, Bitcoin weekly. Real quick. So one thing that you guys need to factor into your analysis now. We have completely broken down through the 200, retested, deviated slightly, and now we're back below. And we actually broke down again with even higher volume than we did the first time. I don't anticipate that we go back above the 200 for a very, very long time. I think we will continue going lower and sideways for at least a couple months before possibly gaining momentum and attempting that breakout or that test once again. But for now, this is huge for macro analysis. You guys need to pay attention to the 200 because S&P also rejected its 200 on the daily. So 2 big things. Stock market rejected its 200 daily, or at least the S&P rejected its 200 daily. Bitcoin is now rejecting its 200 weekly, or it rejected it last week and broke back below. This is huge if you're bearish, right? This is something that you want to pay attention to. Ignore all the bullshit. We are not going above 28K. We are probably not going to see a 22K for a very long time. This is very important. And if you're new, let me explain. So Bitcoin's 200 weekly moving average has acted as support several times in the past. And here we have it just drawn again, just for reference. But essentially, it acted as support. We've never closed candles below it or significantly below it. Yes, COVID, but COVID was a black swan event, right? It held as massive support here. Overall, we broke down, closed several weeks below it, got back above, and now we're closing back below it. This, to me, looks very, very, very bearish, right? Unless, there's a chance we get maybe a double bottom here and get back above it. But I still don't believe we have the economic situation to do that. You guys also have to remember, as great as TA and the charts are, where are you going to get money to pump this chart to help the stock market when everything has bearish confluence right now, right? So, just a big macro point. But let's look at the daily. I also have really bad allergies if you guys can't hear that. And I apologize for the nasaliness. Really annoying on my end. But you guys can see it clear as day. The daily has broken down quite significantly. We actually have lost our prior demand zone. So we had broken out, retested as demand, stayed above, retested as demand, and now we are breaking below. This is very, very bearish. Breakdowns obviously need to be supported by volume. So far, we are very much supported by volume. Still 3 hours left in the day, so we'll probably put in a little bit more volume, probably put a little bit lower in. It would not surprise me if we got something like this, right? Retest this area of demand as resistance. So if you're not short, you can by far look for a retest on this line and possibly short something like that. But for now, this is a very valid breakdown, correct? We are now going to test this zone here as resistance as long as this candle closes below. If it closes back inside, well, we have not broken demand, but I have a good confidence that we will. We've also broken our bear flag or our wedge, whatever you wanted to call this. I'm just going to call it a bear flag. We have closed below our bear flag as well. But you guys know me, I'm not a huge fan of diagonal lines. Personally, I'd like to see the horizontal zone break down first. But for now, yes, we have closed below that bear flag. New here, followed you on Twitter for a while. Appreciate you saving me from here lately. Thanks for all you do. Oh, anytime, man. Happy to help. Sorry for the hungover, shitty Friday live stream. I'm struggling out here. Oh, this ice water is saving my life. Let me tell you. As for other indications or indicators, I'm not really seeing any signs of reversal. Obviously, continuation. You have MACD failing to flip here, looking to enter back into the downward, into a very strong downward channel. Now, I've had some people ask, is this bullish divergence on RSI? It is not, right? You need to start closing green candles and really wind this back up for this to be bullish divergence, right? But all in all, this is not bullish divergence, right? We haven't even started any sort of upside. This candle is a huge red candle. And ultimately, even if you got bullish divergence here, you need to find other areas of confluence. Like so far, we don't have any sort of reversal pattern. We actually just broke down through a bear flag. So ultimately, I wouldn't look for divergences, right? I would look mainly at price and volume for the next couple days to see if this breakdown is valid, which, in my opinion, it's very valid. You should definitely rest well this weekend, dude. I will. Do I stream every Friday? I try to. Depends if I'm out fishing or if it's really nice, I might be out fishing. That's the only contingency to Friday. But for all of you guys that are new, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 5 p.m. Eastern. If anyone missed the announcement, I'm going to do a co-stream with Savage Charts either Sunday or Monday. We'll keep you updated. I have a free Discord. You can join it in the description or in the live chat. I believe there's a bot that puts out a link. You'll get notified when I go live, completely free. You can chat with the other analysts and chat with myself. It's a good time. Lots of very well-educated people in there, and it's generally a pretty productive chat. With that said, guys, my trading class starts in September, the first week of September. So if you want to sign up, if you are interested in that, sign up the first week of September. That way you aren't charged twice. Unfortunately, like I can't control when you're billed by Patreon. It's usually billed either when you sign up or at the first of every month. So if you were to sign up now, you'd be charged for August, right? But then when September 1st comes, you get charged again that first of the month. That's how Patreon works. It recharges you the first of the month until you cancel that subscription. There are full details on the class in Patreon with a syllabus. I've also posted it on Twitter. Again, you are more than likely or more than willing to read it, ask me questions, just reach out to me. Also, Bickett is allowing me to have my own private trading competition. I am going to start that in October. I will post full details once I receive them. I believe the prize pool for first, second, and third is $10,000. So if you want to enter that competition, you need to sign up with my affiliate link, and you'll get 15% off your fees, which is the lowest fee offering by any exchange. I'm going to structure the competition where if you use leverage, it doesn't matter. All trades will be measured on a 1x basis. We're still trying to work out that kink, right? So basically, if you make a 100x trade and you make 20% instead of making, what is that, 2,000%? You only make 20. You'll make 2,000%, but the actual trading competition will measure you at 20%. So it's basically taking everyone's trades and marking them at a 1x win versus whatever leverage you use. Because I know a lot of you like to use leverage, even though I advise against it. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, if you place a 50 times leverage trade and you make 2%, you will make your 100%. But during the trading competition, you only make, or like the system will like register you as a 2% plus. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Don't know how else to dumb it down than that. Hopefully we have some expanded brain people in the chat today. Will the classes be recorded if I join later? Yes, they are recorded, and you're more than willing to join at any point. Like if you want to join at the last day of the month, you can do that. You can watch all the classes. There's a live chat, so you can ask me anytime. Like in Discord, not a live chat, a private chat in Discord. You can ask me any questions. I'm more than willing to answer them. Please see my message, please. Yeah, I'm not reading your message, dude. If you get scammed, that's your own fault. I have one Twitter, one Discord, one everything. If you get scammed, that's on you. I can't monitor all of these accounts. Like we've tried banning them. I've tried reaching out to Twitter to make me verified. But at the end of the day, guys, if you get scammed, I hate to break this to you, but that is entirely on you. I have one Twitter and one everything, and I would never reach out to you for any reason. I have all of these statements, all of these stated in Discord. So at this point, if you get scammed, that is entirely on you. $300 MA, 17K, very possible. I think 12K is very, very possible. I think that we are poised for the next leg down. Why? Well, let's look. Let's zoom out. Every time we've broken our bear flag, so you have here in December, you have here in April, and then here again in June, and now here again in August. Every single time we put another lower low in. Now, where will that low be? Honestly, I have no clue. It's going to be very, very hard to measure that. For now, let's just put this blue line here and see if we can't get accurate. But this, measured move-wise, look at that. That would be $2,000 Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to go that low. That sounds ridiculous to me. But I do believe a 12K-ish Bitcoin is very, very possible. 10 to 12K. Let's even see. 12.5. I believe 16 is very possible. Definitely 17. Let's see, what else? 13.7, I believe, is another one, or 14K. So we'll watch all these lines that I've drawn, see which one gets hit. If one gets hit, I'm not going to say, oh, I was so right. Because honestly, guys, I don't know where the bottom is. My original bottom call is 17,500, and we already hit that target. For those of you that haven't seen that analysis, it is all over Twitter. I've retweeted it. I posted it way, way back in March. 17,500 was my bottom target. Do I believe that that's the bottom? Absolutely not. I think we still have a leg or two left to go. 400 MA is 13K. It's also possible. Yeah, I think 13, like I said, I think 10 to 13K is very possible, but it would not surprise me if 17 was the bottom, or 16 was the bottom, or even 14. Like I said, I'm not trying to figure out where the bottom is. I already started my DCA. I buy a small bit each week, and I hope that some of you are taking advantage of this opportunity. You know, I feel like oftentimes people are way too worried about buying the exact bottom. Guys, at the end of the day, you know, we're down 71%, right? If you truly believe that Bitcoin is going to go back into a bull market, blow through all-time highs, possibly go to 100K, why are you not buying at these levels, right? I hate to be devil's advocate here because I just told you that the economy is in the shithole, right? But at the end of the day, why are you not buying a small bit here and there? You know, if you have a $10,000 account, you're not buying $5,000 right now. You're just buying maybe $100 this week, and then next week you buy $100. And over a 2 or 3 year time period, now your whole $10,000 portfolio is invested, and your risk is very much spread out. You invested over time rather than over price. So, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna stop the live stream there. I apologize. You know, I had a couple fun last day, or a couple. Wow, I can't even speak. Couple fun last few days. Pretty hungover. I need to go to sleep or something. But yeah, for all that said, guys, if you are interested in the trading class, please see Patreon. There is a full syllabus and full description for that class. Also, I will keep you updated on the trading competition once I get full details. Like I said, the prize pool should be 10,000, but if it changes, I will let you know. With all that said, guys, please be patient, users.